how have you and we're kind of come up on an hour here. How have you sort of leveled up your life and your habits and your like ability to be, effective as like, a comedian, a dad, a person, a husband? Like how have you seen those things improve, or have they improved, since
Um,
having kids?
I think my focus towards work is a little the work before used to be out of insecurity, out of like, I want to be famous, or I want to be this, or I want to be that. And now it's my work is I want to be more successful so that I can provide more for my family. So it's always the focus is not me, it's them. Um, I do have one place where I think I'm failing really miserably, and that is like my addiction to my phone. And, where I feel like there are times when I'm on the phone that I'm not giving the kids attention. And I think monkey see, monkey do. Like I'm on the phone, they want to be on the phone, or I'm watching something, they want to watch something. And I hate that shit. And I wish I'd be like, it sounds like I'm skateboarding or surfing all the time with them, but I'm not. I wish I was more. I wish I was all the time instead of on the phone. But because of my job, I'm always checking, going, do I have a booking? What time do I have to do this? Blah, blah, blah. And it really affects them. And then it trains them to be like that also. And the phones are, they're like, it's like a drug, the amount of dopamine it releases and everything. So I feel like that's the bad habit that I'm pushing on them, that I'm like, God, I gotta stop this, because I'm gonna turn them into like, these, these ugly kids out there that you see that don't ever come out of their phones, that are
Yeah,
just
just like zombies like
yeah,
attached to their,
yeah. Like we don't have a brain anymore. The phone's our brain, and it's just in our hand instead of on our head. So
Yeah, that is a fear. Yeah, I find myself sometimes like while my son is sort of just like lounging around and like either on dozing off, or he's just woken up and he started kind of looking around, like I'll interact with him, but then like I'll check my phone, or I'll be like on Twitter, or I'll look my email. And it's like I had this moment last night where he was on his little like snuggle thing, and I was like sitting, and in front of between us was my phone, and it's
yeah,
like my phone's in focus in my hand, and my baby is like moving around a little bit out of focus. And I was like, if that doesn't tell you what the fuck is going on here, if like that visual doesn't like nail it home,
well,
I don't know what will.
I mean, we could do a 7-hour podcast on it, and I don't want to go there. But I think there's this. I mean, you look at what's going on with Facebook today in front of Congress, because of that whistleblower. I think we're seeing a slow implosion of social media, where it's going to come to a head at some point, where we're going to see how devastating it's been to society. And I say that, and as soon as I get off the phone, I'll go do it. Like I'll go check stuff, and I really don't enjoy it. And I have people that work for me now that do all my stuff for me, because I really do hate it. At the same time, I love access to information. Um, and that information comes from people posting stuff. So it's a catch 22, but I really think it's bad for children. Like we tried to keep our kids off screens for 2 years, because while their brain's developing, we were really good with Izzy. Cruz, we gave up after like a year. And he became like Paw Patrol, Paw Patrol. And it was just this, you could not get anything done. And that was our babysitter sometimes. Because all of a sudden you could put him in front of that and you could go get shit done. And you feel like a horrible parent. You feel terrible, but you're like, how am I going to make money to pay for his food if I don't let him watch that? And at the same time, like I look at people out there when it comes to all this parenting bullshit and this new age, distract when they go high, you go low. That bullshit created a lot of like millennial stuff.
Yeah.
And I look at a lot of, like, I read Kelly Slater's book. He talks about how he ate sugar his whole life and just watched cartoon, and you're the greatest surfer in the whole world. And he's accomplished so, and they might go, but he has this wrong or this wrong, whatever. He might have, he's had relationship. And it's like, who fucking doesn't? Like, nobody's perfect and nobody has it, so at the end of the day, as long as they don't end up in prison or on the pole, you've done a good job.